Just as we were starting to see the summer surge recede, well, now we worry about a resurgence. It could take weeks before we really know the effects of the Labor Day holiday.
Right now, California is enjoying its lowest test positivity rate in months, just 4.1%. The average numbers of new cases and new deaths are on the decline. Hospitalizations appear to have hit a plateau.
ABC 7 News reporter Stephanie Sierra spoke with experts about what we can expect in the weeks to come. She's in the newsroom with what she's hearing from them tonight. Steph?
Yes, Dan, throughout this pandemic, the data from previous surges has guided what we can expect moving forward. Now, Delta hit right after 4th of July, and epidemiologists are concerned gatherings, that is, over Labor Day will cause a similar but slightly smaller spike.
Just as we thought the Bay Area's fourth wave was starting to plateau.
Cases are going up in several counties in the Bay Area right now, and it's on the order of a few hundred more per week. And that's a troublesome scenario.
As UCSF's Dr. George Rutherford explains, it usually takes a week after a holiday weekend to see the impacts of an incoming surge. The question is, should we expect one here in the Bay Area?
I think that there is potential for that. Hopefully it will be less than what we saw in July.
Stanford infectious disease physician Dr. Ann Liu has studied surge patterns throughout the pandemic. She predicts our post-Labor Day surge may be smaller since the CDC implemented stricter guidance for vaccinated people to still remain masked indoors, a recommendation we didn't have leading into our 4th of July surge.
And that has changed now for very good reason. I'm hoping that people have been more cautious over the Labor Day.
More than 159,000 people departed through SFO over the past 4 days. Friday marked the airport's single busiest travel day since the onset of the pandemic.
I think that any situation where people are potentially bringing virus from an area where there is a lot of infections to an area where there are not that many infections is concerning.
Experts warn the other concerning factor is the Bay Area's current infection rate. ABC 7's data analysis found on average there were 426 daily COVID cases reported on July 2nd, the weekend leading up to the Bay Area's 4th of July surge. On September 2nd, this past weekend, that average jumped to more than 3,200 daily COVID cases.
If you look at Great Britain and what happened there, they had a COVID peak that came up, it dropped down, and then it was almost like a saddle, and it went back up again.
Do you think that will happen here?
There's no way to tell one way or the other. It might, but it's merely cautionary. We need to, avoid crowds and maintain social distance.
Now, to add to that, we should also expect a higher demand for testing after any big holiday travel weekends like Labor Day. And I actually tried to find a COVID test at a couple of Walgreens and CVS locations over the weekend here in San Francisco, and they were both sold out. And as I found out, Dan, some customers were actually trying to buy out entire shelves of these testing kits. And now you can only buy 4 COVID tests at a time at some Walgreens locations.
Interesting. All right. Now, Steph, I know that you've been tracking the state's pace of vaccinations. Has it increased much since our last surge?
It hasn't much. The state just updated its numbers within the past hour, actually. And on July 4th, 51% of Californians were fully vaccinated. Within these past 2 months, that figure jumped to 58%. And that's of everyone, not just those eligible. So certainly a very slow pace, Dan.
Okay. All right. Stephanie, thank you.